Rebels! Did you know softball was invented completely by accident?
And did you know it's not just a version of baseball, it's got its own wild origin story.
It sounds impossible, but it's true, and we'll spill the whole story in a minute. But first,
I'm Darcy.
And I'm Pepper.
And this is Rebel Recap, your all-access pass to the first ever season of Athletes Unlimited Softball League,
aka the AUSL.
After years of limited pro options for women in softball, the AUSL is here to shake things up, and we're doing happy dances about it.
Woo! Go Rebels! Yes, we're talking more visibility, better pay, and a totally new format that's about teamwork and individual performance.
4 fierce teams, 1 groundbreaking season, and you're coming with us.
Okay, hold up. To understand how epic this is, let's go back to the beginning. You ready for the wild origin story?
Picture this, Chicago, 1887. A bunch of guys are sitting around waiting for the score of a Harvard versus Yale football game, when someone jokingly throws a boxing glove across the room.
Another guy grabs a broomstick and hits it.
A reporter named George Hancock sees it, ties up the glove, marks chalk lines on the ground, and just like that, the first indoor baseball game was played.
That happy accident became what we now call softball. Back then, it started as indoor baseball, kitten ball,
that's adorable,
and even mush ball before finally landing on softball in 1926.
Look at those old uniforms and no gloves. It's so different from what we see today.
Women have been playing softball since 1895, starting with the high school team in Chicago. But for a long time, women didn't have many pro options. Even when softball became an Olympic sport in 1996 and Team USA dominated,
the pro leagues that did exist struggled to survive.
That's why the AUSL matters. It's rewriting the story and creating the future women's softball has been waiting for.
And we've got front row seats.
For those of you new to softball, let's break it down. The goal? Score more runs than the other team.
You score a run by hitting the ball, running around all 4 bases, which the player must touch, and safely reaching home plate.
Each team gets 3 outs per inning. After each 3 outs, each team switches between offense and defense. The team with the most runs after 7 complete innings wins the game.
Here's the defensive lineup. In the infield, we have the pitcher, the catcher, a first baseman, a second baseman, the shortstop, and a third baseman.
And in the outfield, we have a left fielder, a center fielder, and a right fielder. I'm a catcher and I play shortstop. What about you, Darcy?
I'm a pitcher and I also play second base. I love both, but sometimes you have to try different positions to find your fit.
Each spot needs a different skill, but right now, time to check out some of this season's action.
Introducing our 4 teams, the Bandits, the Blaze, the Talons, and the Volts. These teams kicked off the season with an opening weekend on June 7th, and it was a blast.
And let me tell you, history was made.
The Bandits secured a historic 3-1 victory over the Talons, marking the inaugural win in Athletes Unlimited Softball League history. The game unfolded before a sold-out crowd at Parkway Bank Sports Complex in Rosemont, Illinois.
Talons pitcher Montana Fouts recorded the first strikeout in AUSL history.
Coming in hot, Talons rookie outfielder Sierra Sacco made her mark with the league's first ever home run, a powerful solo shot soaring to left field.
Okay, Sierra, welcome to the pros. Bandits outfielder Morgan Zirkle registered the first hit in AUSL history when she led off the bottom of the first inning with a double to left center field.
And Volt pitcher Rachel Garcia delivered a pioneering complete game for the AUSL, throwing 129 pitches, 84 of them strikes.
So much athleticism, so many Rebels in action, and so much hype around the league.
Pepper, did you know softball pitchers can throw on average between 134 and 224 times in a single game?
That statistic blows my mind. It makes you wonder how they keep their arms strong enough for all that throwing.
Let's ask the pros.
How do you take care of your arm to be able to pitch for an entire game or multiple games in a row?
I take care of my arm by making sure that I'm throwing enough during the week, but also making sure I get the proper massages and the proper ice after games and practices.
I think first and foremost, it kind of starts the night before. So I think it's feeling your body, making sure you're mobile, make sure you're stretching, and then also doing bands before I warm up. And then once I actually start the game, I kind of making sure that I'm in tune with my arm, making sure that, you know, my wrist, my form, everything feels good. And then after the game, post game, I make sure I'm icing, still doing mobility, and just making sure that I am 100% and ready for the next day.
I make sure to do the little things. Coach Howard calls it washing your hands. That means for me to do my armbands, to do my stretching and get my treatment hours prior to even warming up.
That's all really great advice. I'm adding that to my training notes for my conditioning this season.
It's also important to consider training in the off-season. Let's find out if that training is any different. How do you condition your arm in the off-season?
I condition my arm in the off season by making sure that I keep my heavy bullpen days heavy and taking my rest days very seriously. So doing those ice treatments as well as getting a massage.
I make sure not only to just throw bullpens, but also make sure to throw live ABs to hitters. But making sure I'm also throwing like more velocity bullpens as well. So there's like different types of bullpens. So I'm not just throwing the same bullpen every day, but it's like different looks as well.
It's a little bit more mobility focused, but just making sure to keep those muscles primed. And again, band routine is huge for me. So just make sure not to overthrow and get your arm moving.
If you're loving this content as much as I am, you'll be excited to know that we're just getting started.
And we've got so much more coming your way.
Player spotlights, game breakdowns, and maybe even a few surprises. It's all here on the Rebel Girls YouTube channel.
For now, I'm Darcy.
And I'm Pepper. And don't forget to play Rebel
and stay Rebel.